Welcome to Make a Path Presents, where we talk about everything that has to do with the world of The Walking Dead. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today, let's talk. Now, first off, this is a comic book thing, and if you're not caught up, and you definitely want to read the comic or whatever, and you don't know anything about the Whispers, then you should go do that first before you watch this. You don't want to get it spoiled if you haven't. If you already know about them, or if you already read the comic, then go ahead and proceed, because you are exactly who I'm talking to. So anyway, every single episode that goes by in Fear, I get a lot more people asking me and saying, see, isn't that proof? Don't you think that is more of a hint that they're going to become the Whispers? Like, for example, Nick most recently covered himself in blood. Nick is progressing pretty fast, using the guts trick. Nick is evolving, and, he's probably becoming a fan favorite at the same time of becoming pretty capable of surviving in this next world, as Jesus said from the original show. But there's a few major problems that interfere with them becoming the Whispers in a crossover, twist. First off, the morals. The morals is a big thing, but it's also something that can be debated. Because right now, Madison told Travis, she's like, that's it. We need to stop turning our backs to people. We need to start helping people. And then you also have how pissed she got when Strand cut the rope, and Jake and Alex floated away on the raft. So you have this moral compass in the characters still. They have humanity in them. Very unlike the Whispers, straight up. I mean, they got a human side. The bad guys are humans too, but you get what I'm saying. The Whispers are nothing like that. Now, it can be debated that obviously over time they'll grow out of that and they'll change and they'll become new people in this new world. Okay, you want to debate that, so what? We'll have to wait and see. But the next big problem is the characters themselves. The Whispers only have Alpha, so far as we know, Alpha and Lydia. Now, Lydia is a younger character, and Alicia would have to be the Lydia character. And then there's the name thing. What happens with the name? Does Lydia no longer exist, and instead we get this Alicia character? Because let me tell you right now, that would not be Lydia. That would be Alicia taking on, the Lydia. That would be Alicia taking on the Lydia character. I was thinking about an example, and it stuttered me up right there. It would be like calling Enid Sophia. Enid is kind of taking over some of Comic Sophia's storyline. So does that mean that Enid is actually Comic Sophia? No. TV Sophia is dead, So Comic Sophia was brought to the show. TV Sophia died, though. She's done. Enid is Enid. Alicia would never be Lydia. Alicia will always be Alicia, but she's taking a Lydia storyline. See how that works? Now, you can argue that, but that would mean that all the characters would have to die except for Madison and Alicia, or unless they changed it around and kept a brother or whatever, because Nick is becoming like the Daryl of the show, one of the fan favorites. Now, here's the thing. With that, sure, it could work. You could have them, make their way to the East Coast and become the Whispers, whatever. But it's so problematic. The age difference of the characters, not only the characters, but the age difference of the actors as well. You got Carl, who's a lot younger than the one playing Alicia. I think the girl playing Alicia is definitely in her 20s, right? I mean, she looks it, and she's supposed to be playing like an 18-year-old or 17-year-old, something like that. But the bottom line is there's some problems there. But okay, you're saying they can write that into the show and make it fit, kill off some characters and fit it in there. Okay, they can do that. Now, here's the biggest problem. Here's the reason why I believe they'll never, ever, ever make the Fear the Walking Dead characters into the Whispers. The surprise. The surprise of the Whispers in the show is probably one of the greatest moments in the entire series. One of, not the greatest, but one of the greatest moments in the entire comic book series. Now, we're going to talk about the comic book series, and I'll explain how it translates to the show. Now, in the comic, we didn't get a backstory of the Whispers and then have them enter into the show, because it wouldn't be creepy. It wouldn't be creepy to go back and see Lydia and Alpha and how the Whispers came about, and then have them run into our survivors. We wouldn't be creepy at all. We would know too much. Now, with the Whispers in the comic book, how it happened is we heard walkers talking, and that was so creepy, so awesome, because we knew Robert Kirkman wasn't losing his mind and having talking walkers. We knew some creepy shit was going on, and it slowly evolved in some of the best, and it's a storyline that has some serious potential to being translated to the screen in some of the most visually amazing ways, and also it could actually creep the shit out of people. This is a continuing story, a continuing horror survival story. You know what I'm saying. But it's not really scary. The Walking Dead is not scary. But with this element of the Whispers, it could make it creepy in a scary way. You know what I mean? You would lose that if you started building these characters from fear, especially on the show, because keep in mind, you have a lot of people watching the show that don't read the comics. So they're going to be watching them as they develop, and then they get fully developed into the Whispers. And then in the original show, you're going to get to a point where they hear the zombies talking, and then the show people are going to know, oh yeah, those are Alpha and fucking Alicia and Madison, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. You know, if they wanted to craft that the way it worked, sure, you could do that. I can see a company wanting to do that, you know, but a company that had the bad idea, because I still feel like that is a bad idea. You lose all that shock, surprise, awe, suspense. You lose it all because you followed this character. And I know that's not like, you know, evidence or proof, but in my opinion, it's as good as the smoking gun, because there's no way you would get rid of that much shock and awe and surprise and whatever just to build up into that story, because it loses some of what makes TV bring you back. You know what I mean? If you know everything and build up with the Fear the Walking Dead characters, and you know, now you're watching two characters, you know there's no more mystery. Now you're just watching them have conflict, and that's not interesting. With the Whispers in the comic, we're still slowly finding out about them, and it makes us want to know more. With the show, if you know their whole origin story, what else are you going to watch for? You know what I mean? Other than, obviously, if it's good story, it's good conflict, you'll watch to see what happens next. But the mystery is lost. The suspense is lost in a way. The surprise, the shock, the awe, all that is lost. And I think that is the number one reason why there's no way they're going to make the Fear the Walking Dead characters into the Whispers from the comic book. Because you lose so much. The gut punch from the story of the Whispers, it's gone. It's absolutely gone, because we followed the origin story right up into it. Now, I know you guys can disagree. You can debate all you want down in the comment box. I am open. Would love to hear what you guys have to say. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you still believe that they could become the Whispers? I think in this fandom, we get so excited by creating twists and turns that aren't there, to be honest. Some of that is part of the fun speculation. I don't want to be a party pooper or Debbie Downer and be like, no, to some of the wild speculation, because I know we think it's fun. But put your thoughts and opinions in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.
Subscribe now.